You have a slideshow.
I do. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Three Men in a Trench Coat. I'm Chris. I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Joe.
I prefer the term cohort.
And then Gabe.
What up?
Cohort.
Yeah, cohorts.
We are spinning things up. Get it?
That was a lame joke.
They
can't
have
see
no
it,
context.
so there's a spinny wheel in the
There's
center.
a wheel
of
with
the
names
table.
on it. Yeah.
We have a table.
We are fixing.
We also have a slideshow, apparently.
We are gonna spin things up a bit. From here on out, every episode before we start, we're going to spin a wheel, and the person that gets spun will host the episode. And I was picked. So, today's topic, political cartoons. What we're going to be looking at are a bunch of political cartoons I found, Spanish-American War, and a little bit before, up to World War One. And I want interpretations, and then I'll explain what they actually mean.
Too bad we aren't going to get World War II, because I can't see Donald Duck doing the nail Hitler.
Uh-oh.
I want the really creepy one with the guy in a German helmet and he's just eyes. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do not know.
Alright.
The enemy.
The enemy.
Alright, gamers. Gamers!
Gamers!
But before we start, and I should probably be keeping track of how long this is going, how was today's day for everyone?
I woke up.
I lost 20% of my hearing in my left ear.
Explain.
I shot a black powder gun with, I forgot, ear protection for 2 of the shots. And now I can't hear stuff out of my left ear much
shrapnel
anymore.
didn't get in the head there as well, Gabe.
Oh yeah, I've been working with lead. Some of it probably worked its way up into my brain.
Uh-oh.
What's seeping in?
Someone's gonna ask. It's an 1851 Colt Navy with a 7 3/8 inch barrel and a blued finish, and a walnut grip, and it is in the Confederate style with. It is not fully brass framed, but it has like a brass lower-ish type thing.
To all the gun nuts that we have.
Suck my gun nuts.
You're illegal.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm authorized to work in the United States.
Uh-oh, that's not what I meant. Where is it? Aha. I got a laser pointer. The slideshow will be put in the description so you guys can follow along.
Yeah, because don't screen record it.
That's
too convenient.
No, why would I? By Chiss for Gabe, and I actually forgot the O when I put it in there, so I just left it.
Jeff.
My name is Jay. Jay.
So are you ready, boys?
No, never will be.
All right.
War.
This is the first one we got here.
The meat scandal. Okay. The meat scandal. This was actually the Spanish-American War. President Roosevelt, basically the meat industry was an enormous bacteria farm because what they did, they ground meat, they put it on the floor, and then they picked it back up off the floor and then sent it out to be packaged. What? It was a disgusting industry up until Roosevelt fixed it. Basically, everything, every stereotype that, you know how people always joke about how hot dogs are made out of just everything? That's what it was.
What?
They would take basically the entire cow minus the bones and grind it into a thick paste, and that's what you'd get.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We know about bacteria at this point,
They knew
right?
about bacteria at this point.
We are no longer at the stupid doctor that's like, no, this bullet is causing so much infection. As he takes a bite of his lunch while he's operating.
No, it's they knew about bacteria. It's just the meat industry did not care.
They just made money.
This is back when people worked in coal mines for 28 hours a day.
It is. So what it is it's him investigating, and I think it references down here muckrake. Muckrake was basically the name that they put to journalists that would investigate scandals like this. They would rake up the mud, and it would be all this cloudy mess, and everyone would be like, what the fuck?
Oh my god. It's
Packing house
disintegrating on this.
Something I learned is he also did this with the drug companies. But for meat, if they didn't have enough meat for packaging, but they had to keep up the quota for a pound of meat in one bag. They would put sawdust in it because it would absorb the meat, and then it would be bigger and weighed as much, and people wouldn't notice.
I wouldn't care.
They're like, ooh, this is a little woody.
As long as it's sterile and tastes fine.
It
I
wasn't
don't care.
sterile.
Well, as long as it doesn't kill me.
How many
It did.
calories are in pine shavings?
How
But
many? Not enough.
they would also.
Plenty
He's
of fiber in your meat.
He's also the reason why you don't have morphine, and no, he's the
Damn
reason
you,
why.
Roosevelt! I can't get over the counter morphine anymore.
No, he's the reason why you don't have cocaine and heroin in your cough syrup.
Damn you, Roosevelt! I want to take a shot of cough syrup and vegetate for a while. Or no,
would make the shitty grape flavor taste go down a bit better.
Speaking of heroin, during the Vietnam War, the Viet Cong used heroin as a painkiller, and the U.S. soldiers found this out. They took the heroin, they used it, and a lot of soldiers came back from Vietnam addicted to heroin, among other things.
Wow, that's fun.
And then the government didn't do anything about it.
Yes.
Evil.
Gotta smoke that Vietnam era shit.
Oh, I've seen this one before.
Jack and the Wall Street Giants.
What do you think it's referencing? So right here, that says Morgan. That's J.J. Hill. Gold. I can't read these two up here, but what do you think this is? J.P. Morgan is who this is, which is your biggest fan.
I mean, it's fighting
this
against Wall
is-
Street stuff.
This is Jack. This is Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, okay. So, assuming just from a person who doesn't know a lot about history,
That's what I'm doing.
yeah. It's trying to smack down on a bunch of Wall Street giants, probably through a lot of corruption and just trying to money grub every which way. You know, giants hoard a lot of gold up in their lofty castles.
I think dragons are anything gold hoarding, but you know, whatever.
You know the story, Golden Goose.
Yeah, you
The
know
heart?
this.
Did
I
you
don't
have a
know.
childhood?
I don't even know this.
No, I didn't.
What the
no, wait,
hell?
I know
You
what
guys
you're
didn't
ta-
read
no.
children's stories
No,
when
I
you
know
were a
I know the
child?
Golden Goose.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't
You know?
know the story itself.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
I know the story.
I
But
don't know, he bought 3 magic beads.
You also didn't
This
read
is already
like
so
the
off
adult
track.
interpretation where the fairy tale was taken from.
Alright, cut it. This is already so off track. We got to talking about beans.
Well, they're giants, and that's
It's-
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Except it's Wall Street.
Yes, this is. Well, immediately he came in, and you know what trusts are, Joe?
Yeah.
Trusts are companies that own a bunch of other companies, and they make one company. This is J.P. Morgan. He owns Chase Bank today, although he's dead. He's not alive. But he owns steel companies, coal companies, and iron companies to make the steel companies. He owned the transport companies to transport the steel companies to the place.
So it was like practically a monopoly with just under his name.
It's monopolies under a company, so it's a trust.
Not good.
A bunch of people owned everything in the country. That's why the meat scandal was a thing, because companies just wanted to make a lot of money.
And they could, because it was these people didn't care. They just wanted money.
Roosevelt came in guns blazing and said, "Fuck you." Big
Alright.
business has to.
Alright, so note to
Right.
self, do not go back to the 1920s and eat a hot dog. You will get botulism.
Don't.
We here in the United States support competition, unless you're Mark Zuckerberg, apparently, where you can just buy up all these small companies. Or Apple, actually. Apple does that a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know J.J. Hill. I don't know all these names, but I'm surprised Rockefeller isn't in here. I don't know if he is a big name here.
He was
yet.
well looked upon.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Mm.
They didn't shit on him too much, even though he owned, like, all
He
oil.
owned 99%, I want to say, of oil in the U.S. in North America.
He owned a
See,
fucking
oil
lot
in the
of
U.S.
oil.
go way back.
Oil in the United States.
This is another
Yeah.
one of those.
It's bad trusts. I think this says White House up here. This says restraints. So the good trusts he would just control.
We're set out on a leash.
Yeah.
Like the cartoon states.
Bad trusts he would just shoot.
Death.
Yep.
Yep. And there are small bears, which kind of makes me uncomfortable now that I think about it.
I remember reading about the Monroe Doctrine, and I have completely forgotten what it's about.
This says Europe. This is, of course, North America. This is Roosevelt up here, U.S. Monroe Doctrine. This is claims. This is what this says. So, interpret. Use your big brains.
Fuck the monarchy.
I mean, sure.
Americans shitting on the British since at least 400 years ago.
Roosevelt just keeping up with the tradition here.
Okay, Roosevelt was the cowboy president. I want another Roosevelt in office.
He almost got 3 terms.
He should have.
But he's at the beginning of his second term when he was elected. I think I said this last time. He said that I won't run for another election. Even though he had full capacity to. He could have and he should have. But afterwards he's like, oh fuck.
Shit.
God damn it. We got Coolidge. Or wait, was Coolidge before or after?
He was way after. Because
Well-
Taft came after.
Ah.
And then it was Wilson, and then it was... I think Coolidge came after.
Dear Lord, I remember your rants on Taft.
Taft!
Discord.
He was round.
We'll get to Taft. We'll see him, I think. Anyways, what this is the Monroe Doctrine said, you can't come into the Americas, European powers. You're not allowed to. If you do, big gun.
Big naval cannon.
So this is basically saying, go ahead.
Try.
Do it, you won't.
No balls.
No balls. No testes.
They're all inbred
And this
anyway.
is just Europe in general. This isn't just UK, although I'm pretty sure it's well inclined by the red of the uniform.
I love how all European monarchies just count Olaf from fucking a series of unfortunate events.
Oh my
Good
God,
ass.
it is him.
It's a TV show, and it's good.
Isn't it also a movie?
It's also a series of books.
It was a series of books, the
And-
movie, then a TV show, I think.
It has a video adaptation, and it's very good. And the guy who plays it looks exactly like that. It's great.
What was I just about to say? Oh, by the way, I must put a disclaimer before we get into the next slides, because I think I know what's about to come. Racism was a bad thing.
Racism,
Very bad thing.
That was
and
considered okay 150 years ago.
So
get over it. It's not okay anymore.
we have some racism.
Oh, dear Lord.
So, right, of course, we know it's not. But anyways,
oh boy,
we
more
have-
monarchy.
we have Cuba, the Philippines, and Spain.
Those, oh my God, those depictions.
Yeah, it's a yikes.
It's a very...
It's bad. But this is how the world portrayed this. And
This is
it's,
how we portray
and
this.
it's god awful. So what do we think this is?
Obviously,
Cuban Missile Crisis? Or is that way
No.
later?
Missiles don't exist.
Oh, right. Jesus.
Cuba was mentioned, and the only thing that comes to mind.
America.
America!
No, listen, I don't...
Communism.
Remember, I slept through history class. I read other things through history class.
This is Spanish control of various teeny tiny islands and Cuba.
From my brain, it goes straight from the fall of the Roman Empire to missiles.
So yeah, this is old Spain, old crotchety Spain, trying to grasp onto the children that are way too rambunctious and all over the place, and new nations that are like, oh, what the why are you here?
No, not allowed.
And yeah, Spain's like, no, you can't do that. Stay.
I like how you call them children despite the one has a full beard.
Yeah, well, that's what they're portraying.
They're portraying them as small.
And then, of course,
That depiction.
We have the beyond offensive depiction of the
it's
Philippines.
bad.
It's
I don't know why he has like a handle on the back of his or her head, but
Yeah, it's...
Judge.
Alright,
Pain sailors.
Spain, Maine.
Maine sailors murdered by Spain. Yeah. I have no record.
Spain as like a gorilla-looking man.
It's a werewolf.
These are American troops.
Spanish brutes
These are the-
adds mutilation to murder.
Sailors.
Yeah, I do not know the historical event behind this depiction.
Do you, Joe?
Do you think? No.
Remember the Maine. Spain blew up the Maine. It was a
Oh
ship.
shit, you right.
It was this ship docked in Havana Harbor in Cuba that was basically there to help American business in Cuba, but it blew up. This is during the Spanish Civil, or this is during Spain and Cuba fighting each other. So, and we're kind of backing Cubans because the
Right.
Spanish are committing war crimes.
Right. Understandable.
The media depicts this: Spain blowing it up and killing these sailors.
Right. It
and
was like a
everything.
whole propaganda thing to incite
What really
kind of a
happened?
war.
They put the ammunition in the boiler room,
Boom.
so the whole ship exploded.
Ammo hot, boiler also hot. Not good.
This wasn't figured out until a long time afterwards. We're like, oh shit.
We blame Spain because, well, we don't want to admit our own incompetence.
We didn't like Spain at the time, so
Well, this ignites the Spanish-American
I
War.
don't know, blame it on the enemy, it's fine.
it's fine. It'll incite patriotism.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can start a war racket.
Oh boy, more.
This says treaty.
Senor Roosevelt.
This says treaty. This says South America. This is Roosevelt. Yeah, that's all you need, really.
Gabe, help me.
Of course, a
What's
bunch
the answer?
of Spanish people.
I don't know, Panama's in South America, I think.
What's the words on the horse say?
Doctrine, Monroe Doctrine.
Oh, that tells me nothing.
How entirely useless is my train of thought?
Maybe I should have
Oh, fuck no. Oh,
Yeah.
South America, Panama. Panama Theodore Roosevelt, Roosevelt, Panama Canal. That's all I've got.
Panama isn't actually what this is.
Shut up.
it just says South America.
What
And it
this
was like
is at the beginning of the war, before we entered the war, Spain was signing peace treaties with Cuba, and basically to finish the war. And then America comes and punches Spain in the dick, eats the peace treaty, and then shoots them in the face.
Oh yeah, that's very
Fuck
American,
you,
isn't
you
it?
thought.
So just out of curiosity, is this in any way chronological? Because that's
Yes.
kind of how it seems. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why I have a penny in my pocket.
Penny
But
for your thoughts.
I
Yeah.
slipped it into your pocket so you could afford gas.
Thank you. I could afford not even
Oh my
a quart of gas.
God! Don't even mention gas or inflation.
It was
or
$3.70
World
in
War
St.
III
Clair
right
for the
now.
longest time, and now it's $4.50 everywhere, and I don't want to drive places anymore.
This is the time where we wish Yale was a big city where we could go and buy anything that we needed to within a mile.
I'm going to go buy a bus, and I'm going to go carpool people to work and have them pay me. Aguinaldo.
Nice red arrows there
Yeah,
too.
because of how
I appreciate
you
it.
can't read that from here, and that's. I mean, you can kind of see that.
I do
We
not
we
know
over-
an Aguinaldo. Naldo.
Well,
We squashed a dictatorship. Yay!
As we do in many places now.
Yes, we don't like them.
so
We must instill democracy.
is this? I'm trying to remember. I think so. The Spanish-American War is over. Now we own the Philippines, which is on the other side of the planet. But we sent a fleet over there specifically to take the Philippines from Spain. Aguinaldo, we let him back in. He was a national, and he's like, "Yay, freedom!"
Power.
And then America's like, "No, this is my territory." Aguinaldo set up a series of battles and campaigns, and basically just took 200,000 American soldiers down with him before he
Yeah,
was
just
attacked.
a right asshole.
So, no, he was completely right to do it.
Oh, was it? So right.
He's
Forgot
not-
propaganda.
He's not the dictator. He's the guy that said, "Hey, can we please have freedom?" But yeah, we portrayed as, "Oh, nope, can't do that."
Okay.
But
Yeah, America isn't always right. I forgot about that.
and I'm
You know?
That propaganda's really working well on you.
Yeah, damn. It's
Want
like
me
I
to-
slept through history class.
want me to explain the issues that happened during this time?
Sure,
the
go
reason
ahead.
why we
Teach
got
me.
involved into Cuba is because Spain was basically pulling, all right, everyone in Cuba has to go to a controlled city. If you're not in that city, everything outside is free to shoot. we're okay to shoot you wherever we want.
That's cool.
The cities couldn't get
It's not cool,
food.
actually.
200,000 people, maybe, if I'm remembering it correctly, starved. And we saw pictures of it.
Dude,
Guess what we do in the Philippines?
Jesus.
We round everyone up in a city and say everyone outside the city is a rebel and a revolutionary, and we're going to kill you. And
So it's a battle royale.
Yep. Thank you.
Where are we
Gabe.
dropping?
This is the precursor to the Vietnam War.
Terrible.
Except we somehow won this one. Because it's jungle, it's swamp, it's just not a good time.
Probably because we had, like, the whole stay in this spot or we'll kill you sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had them all in one place. Not saying it's good. We're terrible people. Our ancestors are, anyway. But, oh no, so much information. Okay, judge again.
China, Philippines, U.S.
We are using the Philippines to move shit to China. Because China, a lot of money and a lot of...
That's,
lot
once
of
again,
fucking
depictions of other places here.
Yeah, the Chinese one is kind of...
He's so small.
the traditional Chinese dress, and also Uncle Sam is a fucking titan.
We also take some education, religion. We take some rails. They want some rails, engines, cars, all that fun stuff. We saw the Philippines as the stepping stone for a naval base to basically just sell everything to China.
Industrialize that one little area of China.
It was the stepping stone, as it says right here.
Yeah.
So that's why we took and killed and slaughtered thousands of people.
Trying
For
to do
money.
a wide-ass
Yeah.
stance.
America! Capitalism to its core.
Starfish.
Oh, Lord.
A thing well begun is half done.
Panama Canal?
Also, Panama Canal.
There you go. This one's...
This one's easy to get.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy to get. We just kind of
We're getting
split
there.
the country or the continent in half.
We're getting there.
To get some...
We chose the
ships.
thinnest bit of the border between Mexico and South America to slice off, and we did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we say slice, that's only on scale. We really blew it the fuck up in
Oh
order
yeah,
to get
we
through
blew
it.
it sky high. No way people with a bunch of shovels and pickaxes can get through that.
No, this portrays it as tiny. It's pretty big.
Mhm.
It's pretty
It is
long.
very large.
The reason why it says half done is because the French tried to do this before, but they ran out of money. So we went down and said, hey, but at the time Panama wasn't a country; it was owned by Colombia down here. So we said, hey, Colombia, can we do this? And Colombia's like,
No!
fuck you. And so, true American fashion,
We
we
did it
incited a civil war in Colombia where Panama gained independence, and then we went to Panama and said, hey, can we do this?
We gained you independence, and that makes you in debt to us. So,
So-
we're gonna dig a canal. Thanks. Congratulations on your new country.
Yeah.
Please don't fall into an economic depression and then collapse.
Man,
We really enjoyed
who knew
this.
that history was actually kind of... Oh my god, it's the big stick! It's the...
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
Really enjoy how Theodore Roosevelt's solution to having a problem is just
Was
beating
bad.
the fuck out of it.
I mean, it was effective enough, I guess.
His domestic policy was... But his foreign policy was... Anyways, this says debt collection. This is like all like industry and all this.
Toot,
Mexico, Panama, Cuba.
He's like, that's the impression I'm getting.
That's the only thing you collected from this entire comic.
Listen, like I just the only thing that I cared about when I saw it was my big stick.
So, Gabe, what are
Big
your
stick.
interpretations?
Big stick energy.
Okay, back to actual history lessons.
Okay, so what this is he's just bucking around, stepping, playing around all over the place, like, you get this, you get debt collection, give me your money. Just kind of handling the whole foreign policy. It's just kind of stepping around, causing a muck of things.
Very roughly, just basically throwing our weight around.
They create this Monroe Doctrine to keep foreign powers out of Americas, but then they like, oh, we're going to declare war on you. We're going to take your stuff. We're fixing the Americas.
Heavy air quotes. Wait a minute.
I forgot this was in here.
Baguette leg.
Spaghetti.
Bill of fare. Cuba steak. Puerto Rico pig.
Philippine floating islands. Sandwich Islands. That's what Hawaii was called before.
We just kind of
This is McKinley, by the way.
colonialized a crap ton of islands in the middle of BF nowhere.
Yep.
What is it, McKinney?
This is McKinley. President.
McKinley. Okay. I have no clue about this stuff.
Gabe had it right. It's basically we sat down and, ooh, what's for dinner? I think I'll take a Cuba and a Puerto Rico. You know what? I'll take the whole thing. Why
All
not?
of it.
One of everything, good
Yeah.
sir. We kind of went a little bit mad with power here.
I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. Why the U.S. has fought: Spanish oppression, industrial slavery, the Spanish yoke, conscription, and then turned into these wonderful businessmen.
We made them all rich, kind of.
You see, we still have that one-size-sort-of-fits-all mentality, if I'm to take anything from this.
Oh, it's called an isthmus.
It's
Isthmus of Panama. It's been a while since I've heard the term isthmus.
What is that term? Thank
It's
you.
an excellent
Very
question.
I don't know either.
It is a name.
I think it's like a little offshoot, like a little bit of spruey stuff off a larger piece of land.
Maybe. Oh, I think I.
Kind
I
of like
know
how
what you're saying.
Island.
Yeah.
Fuck if I know, man.
But yeah, this is basically before and after we take them over. Well, free them of their oppression.
Just straight propaganda. We make things better wherever we go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was more concerned with where
Oh,
technology
this was pretty
going.
bad.
Oh, no!
School begins.
Ooh.
These are the states back here. They're participating and actively working, and then these are the troublemakers that
What
don't
are
know.
they? Oh my
They're being taught
gosh.
civilization, liberty, and all this. And of course, we have the black man over here, and then the Indian, and then the Chinese person.
Because we're getting new territory.
And we're trying to
Whoa.
push all our shit on them
Mm-hmm.
while making a profit at the same time.
Which is entirely reasonable, considering the entire history of colonialism is to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Make money and land. More people to farm.
Reasonable doesn't mean good.
More farm
No,
to.
definitely not.
Money.
But yeah, I think I explained it pretty well. That it's, and then you guys got it. It's basically us indoctrinating them, and then these new powers or these new colonial territories are the troublemakers and aren't learning, and we need to teach them better. And then with the Indian, the Native American is back here, has the book upside down, doesn't even know how to read.
That's
He's in the
fucked.
corner.
Oh my god.
Chinese person isn't actually allowed in, and
They're just looking in.
he's not even participating. He's just watching the window. Pretty big yikes.
Where
What
did
is this?
Uncle Sam come from? What? Why is he America?
It was.
And what? Oh my
I
god.
think it might have been 1812, or this. It might have even been the Spanish American War. It's basically some guy dressed up as him, and since then he's kind of been our icon. I don't know the specifics, but I think that's right around what it is.
I always kind of considered Ronald McDonald America's mascot.
Would fit it better since he's a clown.
Ooh, burn!
I work at McDonald's, everybody. I'm allowed to say these things.
Superstition, vice, brutality, oppression, barbarism. Yikes. Yikes.
Yikes.
This is, of course, you can kind of assume. And then this is the road to civilization.
For those that can't assume, Chris, who is that gentleman in the red jacket? I think.
Well,
Just a British dude.
yeah,
British-
that is
British.
the British representation.
I
Because
thought so, but I thought it
you
might be
have-
representing someone specifically.
these are the Chinese overtakes their Indian over territories and all that.
This is not going to be monetized.
No.
Shouldn't even appeal it.
Well,
This is
we
info
aren't
only.
showing this. They can look at the slideshow themselves.
Yeah.
No, this is incredibly, and I think it's interesting that this was just okay. This is just how they portrayed this, and how garbage human beings were. But yeah, what do you think this is? I need interpretation.
Some sort of very weird take on what civilization is.
This is advanced. This is fucking. This is first world civilization trying to drag the rest of us up with us.
Supposedly we're carrying them, but we aren't really including how they think of the situation.
We're giving them technology and government.
And draining them for every dollar they got.
Yeah.
Give
For
us your
every
minerals. Give us your gold.
Give me your goods.
Give me your shit.
Hi, you're being rescued. Please do not resist.
I understand that the stereotypical Asian is, an offensive term is yellow, but goddamn did they have to make them such a lemony pallor.
This is, and what it is it's like now that we have these colonies on our back, now we can start traveling up the road to civilization. We're becoming a great power.
World peace. Woo!
Funny how
Through
they put...
oppression and
Actually.
barbarism and slavery.
Yeah.
I think during this time we were just getting over that.
Yeah, Civil War was a bit ago.
We're still kind of getting over it in some places.
Round!
He is a ball!
God damn! He's a bowling ball.
With a little toy ship in his hand.
So, lads, what do you think this is?
The United States is very fat and wealthy and has a good navy. Everybody wants to be friends with the United States.
That is spot on.
we got good
the
navy.
propaganda.
Now they're
propaganda.
big. Now they're full of colonies and a world power. Now they're considered a world power.
He's thick!
Look at this man. Look at this. This is the ideal.
This is peak male performance.
Look at all these businessmen in power.
Look, he's
coming
even
over.
smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
A cigar, sorry.
Yeah, he's happy. A Cuban cigar, nonetheless.
Shut up.
Oh, we're in World War One.
Yay!
Oh, if you touch me, if you make a move, if you hit that little feller, if you strike my friend, if you hit...
Why is Turkey southern?
What?
If you hit that old feller.
Oh, this is Russia.
Fuck!
If you'd hit that... I'm not even gonna try it.
Wait, I thought the fucking, shit, I thought that weird little, like,
No, you're
cylinder
thinking of
cap hat
you're
was
thinking of
Turkey.
the onion hat.
Fuck!
Or
I am thinking of onion hat.
the red.
I wonder which
Cap.
one is Germany. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you got the pickle halba.
I
Yeah.
got Spike
The
helmet.
pickled harbor.
So what do you think this is, Joe?
World War I, I think.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Picked it
What
up
do you think
perfectly.
this depicts it? So this is Serbia. This is Austria-Hungary. This is Russia. This is Germany.
The cascade
France.
of alliances
There we
and
are.
obligations.
That's exactly what it is.
Everyone was just shaking their fist at each other, and then the Black Hand clan out of Serbia?
I don't know what the specific
I don't know.
name was.
Serbia shot the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and then hell broke loose, actually.
Quite literally.
if you-
Trench warfare.
Yeah.
Oh
Man,
my
it sucks.
god.
You like your feet rotting off while you're still wearing your boots? Imagine pulling your boot off. It
And
kind of
your-
hurts.
and your-
It's a little tingly, and then your foot's just not there anymore. It's in the boot.
It's just the bone.
It's a big yikes. I saw pictures of that, and it was... World War One was depressing.
World
World War
was
Two was at
sad.
least like, oh, stuff is happening.
World War
War
II
One-
is a tragedy. World War One was
300,000 people died, millions of artillery shells fired, thousands of cities literally disappeared for 5 feet of land.
The Battle of Messina.
Actually, it was less than like a square foot of land every single time someone made any progress. And then it'll play football during Christmas.
I would like to talk about the Battle of Messina. So, the Battle of Messina, I believe it was French or British soldiers set up... They basically spent, like, days and days setting up setting up dynamite under German lines.
Mm-hmm.
And the general, I believe French, said, well, boys, we might not win the war, but we'll at least change the geography. And then they detonated it, and it was the largest combat detonation of explosives until Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
It was. And by the way, the Germans heard them mining underground because they would listen for them. And they all evacuated the trench, so it didn't do anything.
It still killed about 30,000 Germans.
Just from like the sheer size of it?
It made a lake in France that people still think is haunted. And it absolutely is.
Ooh, propaganda against the U.S.
Okay.
Sorry.
Never make that noise again. Thank you.
It.
Peace on earth, goodwill
Pennywise.
towards man.
War ammunition for sale. Orders filled promptly.
What do you think this is, Gabe?
So, we form peace through war.
Right?
I'm not in English class. Why do I have to do this?
What do you think this is, Joe?
This is the U.S. sending weapons and all that other good stuff.
Not sending
To
weapons, we're sending
Eurasia.
mixed messages.
Both. While saying, oh, we're like, I can't, I'm holding my hands up as in, it's not my fault.
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you.
I'm
The
just
force be with
Under
you.
the table handing, like, weapons of mass destruction and loss of human life on so many ends. World War One, really nobody won.
They're fucking hungry.
Everybody just blamed Germany.
They're basically,
And then everyone rightfully blamed Germany in the war after that one.
it's, their foreign policy and domestic policy is like, don't declare war, that's bad. Peace on earth. And then right as they turn around, it's like, hey, you want to buy some guns?
You want to buy some guns to help with your war over there?
What do you...
Put weed in.
No, what?
Okay,
Sorry,
anyway.
I'm just having SNL skits come to mind.
Yes, we were very much, and this is how we became the number one. I don't know if we would be considered number one power, but economic power. It's because what we'd do is we'd sell all these. We would sell food, ammunition, trucks, tires, everything to.
We
them.
wouldn't get our hands dirty, but we'd distribute.
We'd send them.
We supplied guns and we watched things unfold.
We'd send them to the Allies, and the Allies would start taking out loans from us, borrowing money from us to pay for the stuff.
We win.
So we're gaining interest on the guns we sell.
It's great.
Would be funny if we started doing the same thing at some point. Trillions.
Anyways.
Without warning.
The pickle halberd. Thank you, Gabe.
A German striking down a ship without warning.
I think he's actually striking it up.
Actually.
About to strike you up and out of here.
Adjusts glasses.
I don't know
what is the name on the ship. I can't see it.
SS Kahuna.
This is just some random.
Some random ship. I thought this was like a significant event. I
I
forget.
did not
It
know.
will be soon.
Oh.
Soon, trademark. American ship.
Yeah.
So what do you think this is?
I am unsure of the event, but I just know
This
that
is-
German and American relations weren't exactly great
This is
during
one-
World War One.
Of thousands of the event.
Fuck Fano.
Oh right, German subs trying to
Where?
subs trying to strike down civilian American ships from going to the UK.
Yep. That's it exactly. Good job, Joe. You're going to graduate.
This is the part that I paid attention to. Everything
God
like
damn.
before World War One, I have no clue, but this I kind of get.
Mm.
I don't know.
All the hands coming out of the water is kind of horrific.
You as in U-boat.
Oh God, that sounds familiar, but I can't.
Also, I enjoy the number of the beast written on the side of the friggin' sub.
Yeah. So, this is just them trying to make
This is
Germany look bad.
Yeah.
Still.
notice how he looks like the devil. He has the pointed chin, the pointy ears,
Yep. 666 written on the side of the sub.
and then down here, great naval triumph. They'll surely, reward me for this when I get back to Belgium. Yeah, this is basically that. Basically, and this is what sparks later on, I think, if I get to it. Here it is.
Ta-da!
What is it?
Oh. I'm trying to see what's behind.
I'm pretty sure
Mr.
they attacked
Uncle
a
Sam.
civilian ship, and Uncle Sam is sitting in front of all those dead people. What the fuck, Germany?
Why?
Just what the fuck? That's the exact expression he has too.
That was a cruise
What have you done?
It was a cruise ship, you... No, I can't say crumpet muncher. You kraut sipping idiot.
Kraut sipping.
No, just
Also-
kraut. You damn kraut.
Yep, there you are.
That mustache on that German.
Oh yeah, the Kaiser Wilhelm.
Kaiser Wilhelm. He
He had a W mustache.
had the fucking... Not a Wario mustache. He
Waluigi.
got pretty close.
Wario is a bit
He's got a few more ways.
Wait, that's the technical term?
Yes.
These all have these all have something to do with in common. Lusitania.
Hey, I remember that name, but I cannot connect it to an event.
That's
For
what
those
this
at
is.
home that don't know what that is, please.
Please explain it.
Please explain
Oh,
it,
you were
Joe.
talking. You were talking. Go
Huh?
ahead.
You
What?
were speaking. Explain the U.S.
No, I was
Lusitania.
asking for you to do so.
This is what this is. This is the Lusitania. What it was is it was a ship that was sunk by U-boats.
Okay.
What they did is they would, out of nowhere, the Germans would send U-boats to the Atlantic, basically forming a wall, and they would sink anything they saw, including civilian ships, because they wouldn't. If they told them, hey, by the way, we're gonna board you, they would just fire. That was their belief, but it ended up killing hundreds of civilians in the process, American civilians nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
The Germans wouldn't stop. But the reason why they were doing it is because there was ammunition and cargo
Right.
on those ships.
I was just about.
So they were-
to say they had a reason, but
The Allies were committing a war crime, which is hiding military targets behind civilians.
yeah.
But
And
then
we-
the Germans committed a war crime too by attacking civilian ships. So it's like the whole World War One thing was.
But of
kinda-
course, America neglected their whole part of
Oh
the
yeah,
war
you
crime.
don't
with
see
this.
any ammunition or anything.
No,
Like,
you
rip-
don't see anything.
Rip my favorite gun over here. Or
I
something
mean, what's
like
all that covered behind him?
Those are coffins.
Oh, those are coffins. Okay.
There were, yeah, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it wasn't an exact number. I forget how many
A lot.
but this is basically saying, look at what you've done, Bismarck. This is what you've done. And, and this was the final straw. I'll give you a hint. Zimmerman.
This is the Mexico telegram thing. I can't remember. It's the one where we caught the telegram from, I believe, Germany to Mexico, and we're just like, all right, listen here, you little shit.
Keep an eye on this standard right here.
If that's not Albania, I don't know what it is.
Nope, it's
Fuck.
go north. Big country. We're still on World War One.
I know modern geography, not 19th century geography.
This is the same thing. Who's the enemy of World War One?
There were many.
Who's the main one?
I would call it fucking...
Who was the one in the propaganda? Like,
I'm
one
calling it
thing
Serbia.
ago?
I have an irrational hate towards Serbia.
No.
Chris, I'd like to solve.
I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Is
Who
it
is it?
Germany?
Yes, it's Germany.
Holy shit.
This is the Prussian
A
standard.
lot of fucking countries have a crest like that.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to get to you. This is the main enemy.
Yeah, they promised Mexico a lot of the United States.
And then
if they
this
helped
says
them.
for myself. This says for Japan, question mark. So this is basically them saying down, hey, we're gonna let's carve up the Americas. Mexico, Because
You get
before
Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona.
before this, we were in a war with Mexico.
Japan could have kept California, and I wouldn't have complained.
I would not complain. Honestly, today, if they offered, I would be like, yeah, go for it,
Take
dude.
it! Take it!
You could honestly do better with it than we ever could.
Please!
The reason why it's a question mark is because they eventually joined the Allies and stole from Germany
Goddamn
a
it.
bunch of colonies. But anyways, we were in a war with Mexico because Mexico was in the Civil War. We got involved. Pershing went basically and then got sent back. So this is basically the carving up of the cake that is North America. And then Germany's constructing it all.
Look, it's Texas, yeah.
Texas.
They have good food and barbecue.
They also
it's really
froze
fucking
over
hot.
not too long ago.
What?
They also froze over that one time.
Yeah,
not
it got
too long
below
ago.
freezing and everyone's pipes burst.
In Texas.
Because they don't know how to
Yeehaw.
winterize.
The desert.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't think they expected it.
I wouldn't have. If I'm sitting in the middle of fucking cactus nowhere,
Like,
I wouldn't have expected to freeze
cactus
ever.
nowhere. But like seriously, you go in there and expecting, wow, it might be a scorcher tomorrow, and then you can't get out of your door because it's snow.
Mhm.
Like you'd be like, it's the end times.
I flipped my
We're dead.
shit. It's
We're
the
dead.
apocalypse. Damn, I gotta go tell my wife in fucking
Get out of
Cactus
here.
Gulch. Cactus.
Everything in Texas has to have something to do with a cactus.
You want to know what's funny?
Dry gulch.
Texas isn't a desert.
I'm-
The,
Arizona.
the desert's over here. So they don't even have deserts, but I find it very funny that we Northerners are like, oh, Texas is just one big desert.
Alright, what do we have? What stereotypes do we have for Texas other than racism, dry, and barbecue?
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw! Cowboys! Cowboy hats. Auctioneers?
Consistently warm.
Dust Bowl.
Dust. Nah, I'd say the Dust Bowl is more of a Midwest thing. Like
This
Wyoming.
whole area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the Rust Bowl. The
Texas
Rust
get a
Belt.
lot of tornadoes?
No,
Or is
Tornado Alley kind of stops.
It's over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This one I found funny.
Bayonet. I want one.
Look at this man.
His face is a square.
I want a bayonet.
USA. This is France. This is Germany. Over here, you can't really tell. It's depicted. He's depicted as a clown, by the way.
Okay, the other guy's really fat. Okay.
This guy's, I assume, Austria-Hungary.
He's fucking wide.
And France just welcoming the big U.S. boy.
You just
The-
imagine the USA song, da 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 da,
Oh,
as he
that-
just walks over here.
What gun is that? What gun? What?
Springfield, I'm pretty sure.
It's a Springfield something or other.
I couldn't tell you exactly.
I don't do historical weapons before like
It's a
Vietnam.
With the knife on.
Good job, Joe.
Yeah, it's a bolt action. I'm just laser focused on the bayonet because I'm jealous. This cartoon caricature has one and I don't. I want a gun knife.
And buy one.
But yeah, this depicts you guys.
Don't you wait. You have a job, bro. Save up.
I don't wanna. I have other things to buy like food or rent. I don't have bayonet money yet.
Make your own.
Make your own. Make
Yes.
your own band.
Get like a kitchen knife and duct tape it to the end of a rifle.
Home defense bayonet.
Ooh. Yeah, we finally enter the war after the Zimmerman telegram because we're like, okay, no.
Love the effort on those clouds in comparison to everything else. It's like, yeah, it's exactly how you draw clouds when you're like a kid. You just do.
And then yeah, with open arms they're welcoming them, which by the way, not how it went. The French commander saw the Americans come over and they're like, oh, the cowboys, the yeehaw,
And they weren't that.
and then they come over and they're teenagers and he's like, no.
Did the Americans use this 1911 in World War I as a sidearm, or did they use a broom handle Mauser?
I would say 1911 because
What is that name? How do you pronounce that?
what?
A broom handle Mauser?
Brumette.
Broom handle, like
Oh,
the
broom handle. I thought you said brewmandle.
No.
Something like that.
I'm just fucking illiterate.
What?
No, I just can't speak.
Okay.
That's all for today's lesson, boys.
Yeah.
What do we think?
Boy,
What do we
I learned more about history than in my history class.
We literally cannot monetize this.
Also, propaganda affects people. Like, really, watch what you're looking at.
In Germany, they study American propaganda. Like, literally, we want you for the American military. What the hell do you think that is?
What is this?
It's full screen.
Which one was our favorite?
I like the Giants of Wall Street because I got that one. I think that one's pretty well done.
I preferred the one with the fucking U-boats. The Seoul U-boat.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is pretty good.
Great naval triumph.
Very easy. You are, in fact, susceptible to people straight up lying to you.
You are not immune to propaganda.
You are not immune to propaganda, especially when you're more concerned with what the new technology is going to be. Like, oh my god, we're about to go to space! What, you want me to go to war with this third world country? I don't know, can I go to space when I come home? Yes! You can go to college if you come home.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
If you don't get shipped back in an urn, we'll give you free college.
And even then, they're like, what?
But then once you're out of the service, go fuck yourself. Have fun with the VA.
Have fun with the PTSD, ass. Fucking jackass. Is what they say. Toot toot.
I still don't... Why was this included? Why was baguette leg?
Is it because French?
At
No.
the beach.
I just put it in.
That's smart.
I just threw it in. This is some of the stuff can get pretty depressing. I figured baguette leg would have been pretty cool.
Baguette leg.
Should have shown us baguette leg after all the racist depictions, dude.
Well, I kind of did. No,
You
I
didn't make me
didn't.
sad.
No, you
It made
didn't.
me angry.
Yeah, after all of that, baguette leg would have been welcome.
This was
That's my second
Yeah,
favorite.
that's my close second, purely because of Uncle Sam's roundness. He's so rotund.
He's actually a ball.
He's an orbular.
Orbular.
He's rather spherical.
This also allows me to put a patent on future topics for episodes where I am the guy that will do the slideshows for the political cartoons. That is my thing. So if I forget what to do an episode or set up an idea,
Dad.
that I could just quickly scrounge around for political cartoons and have an idea. We have 10 minutes left till an hour.
I mean, we don't really have to go
We don't
for
have
a
to
full
do
hour.
a full hour. But do we have any side things we'd like to reference?
Nah.
No,
I talked about everything I wanted to talk about through extension.
I got nothing to add that's relevant.
All right. Well, I think that finishes it up a little bit early today. But I think us gamers need to go drink some water. So
I'm gonna go get a Subway and buy 13 footlongs and eat them all.
thank you, Gabe. You can say the outro, Gabe.